Life, for many, appears to be a constant struggle against locked doors. Opportunities seem hidden, success appears elusive, and the future feels uncertain. People search endlessly for shortcuts, formulas, and external tools that might grant them the entry they so desperately crave. Yet the great secret is this: the true key to success is not external. It is invisible, silent, and already within you. This invisible key is your faith expressed through words. Every door that seems locked before you is not locked to keep you out. It is locked to teach you to look within. The material world is only a reflection, a mirror responding to the unseen energies of thought, faith, and spoken decree. The greatest error most make is to believe that they must battle circumstances in order to succeed. But the wise know circumstances are only shadows, and shadows change when light shifts. To change the shadow, you do not fight it. You shift the source of the light. So, it is with life. When you feel blocked, when you find yourself standing before doors that will not budge, the solution is not to push harder or to cry out in despair. The solution is to remember the invisible key. That key is always carried by those who dare to believe that what they seek is already theirs, and who speak with certainty as though the door is already open. Words are far more than sounds. They are carriers of power. They are invisible instruments that unlock visible outcomes. When your words and your faith unite, they create a vibration strong enough to rattle the hinges of closed opportunities. The invisible becomes visible, and what was once a barrier dissolves. Think of it this way: imagine a great mansion with countless doors. Some are gilded with gold, others simple and plain. Many stand closed. The ordinary person rushes from door to door, shaking the handles, pounding on the wood, growing weary with frustration. But the one who knows the code does not rush, does not despair. They stand calmly, knowing the invisible key they carry can open whichever door they choose. That key is their certainty, their spoken decree, their inner alignment. With a single word of faith, the door responds and swings wide. The tragedy is that most people speak against themselves. They say, "I can't. I never. I'm unlucky. It's impossible." With those words, they lock the doors tighter and tighter, and then blame fate for denying them entry. Yet the truth is that their own lips have fashioned the chains. When you continually declare limitation, you carve it deeper into your reality. The universe is simply answering the decree you have spoken. But when you shift your words, when you dare to speak life instead of limitation, power instead of weakness, certainty instead of fear, you activate the invisible key. The unseen world begins to rearrange itself. Opportunities appear, doors swing open, and what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. This invisible key does not work by chance. It works by law. Just as gravity never fails, so too does the law of faith. Filled words never fail. What you declare with conviction becomes your experience. If you will only dare to believe, and to speak boldly, doors will open in places you least expect. Let us take an example. Imagine a person seeking meaningful work. They send applications, attend interviews, and yet face rejection after rejection. Discouragement whispers, "It will never happen." Most people surrender to that voice, and in doing so, they shut the very door they long to open. But the one who knows the invisible key speaks differently. They say, "The perfect opportunity is already mine. The right position is seeking me even now. Doors of favor swing open for me daily." Such words are not fantasy, they are faith. And faith has a sound that creation recognizes. Soon enough, the right position presents itself, often with ease that surprises everyone else. This invisible key is not limited to career or money. It governs relationships, health, creativity, and every area of life. When you stand before a door of healing, the key is not in doubting or repeating the pain. The key is in declaring, "Wholeness is mine. Strength flows through me. My body is aligned with divine health." When you stand before a door of provision, the key is not in crying out, "I have nothing." The key is in saying, "I walk in abundance. Every need is met before I ask. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways." To carry this key requires a new discipline. You must become a guardian of your words. Every statement you make is a lock or a key. You are either tightening the chains that bind your success or unlocking the door that leads to it. That is why you must speak carefully, intentionally, and with expectancy. Many will laugh at this truth, thinking words are too simple, too weak to carry power. But they forget that the greatest revolutions in history began with words. Contracts, promises, decrees, and even wars have been shaped by words. If words can move nations, why should they not move your life? The invisible key is already in your possession. You hold it every time you open your mouth. The question is, are you locking doors or unlocking them? Remember this, no force outside you can truly bar your way. The only barriers that endure are the ones you reinforce with your own declarations. But the moment you decide to speak differently, to speak with faith instead of fear, you will discover that the door was never as strong as it appeared. It was waiting for the invisible key. So today, stand boldly before the doors of your life. Refuse to speak limitation. Refuse to give voice to fear. Instead, take up the invisible key, words of faith, words of certainty, words of expectancy, and declare your victory. For when your lips and your heart are united in belief, no door can remain closed before you. The invisible key is in your hands. Use it, and watch every locked door swing wide. There is a divine order that governs life, a law that cannot be broken. What you focus upon expands. What you speak about manifests. What you expect begins to take shape. Success, then, is not about running, chasing, or striving with sweat and worry. It is about alignment. The universe is not against you. It is a mirror reflecting back what you carry within. If your inner world is tangled with doubt, fear, and confusion, your outer life will reflect the same disorder. But if your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony, life responds like a river flowing smoothly around you. Alignment is the prosperity code. It is the secret law that makes struggle unnecessary. Most people live divided within themselves. They say one thing, believe another, and act in yet another way. Their minds are filled with visions of failure. Their mouths repeat words of limitation, and their actions reveal hesitation. Such a divided life cannot produce prosperity, for it is not aligned. Imagine a team of horses pulling a carriage. If each horse runs in a different direction, the carriage cannot move forward. It will be dragged in confusion, torn apart by conflicting pulls. So too is the life of a person whose thoughts, words, and actions lack alignment. But when the inner world stands in agreement, when thought, word, and deed march together in unity, the power released is unstoppable. The universe bends to that harmony. The same way a note sung in perfect pitch can shatter glass, a life lived in perfect alignment can shatter obstacles. The question then becomes, how does one enter this state of alignment? The answer is simple, though it requires vigilance. It begins with thought. What you dwell on shapes your energy. If you continuously think of lack, fear, or defeat, you are planting seeds of misalignment. But if you choose thoughts of abundance, strength, and favor, you set the foundation for harmony. Yet thought alone is not enough. Words must join the thought. Many people hold hopeful visions in their minds, but cancel them with careless speech. They dream of abundance yet say, "I can't afford this." They imagine success yet confess, "I'll probably fail." Such contradictions scatter the energy. Alignment requires that your words agree with your thoughts. If you think abundance, you must also speak abundance. If you hold the image of success, you must also declare success with your lips. And then, there is action. Action is the final proof of alignment. You may think positively, speak affirmations, but if your actions reveal fear, hesitation, or procrastination, the harmony is broken. True alignment is when your steps mirror your declarations. If you declare that you live in abundance, you take actions consistent with abundancy. You give generously. You act confidently. You carry yourself as one who is already successful. This tri-fold unity, thought, word, and action, is the code of prosperity. It is the force that transforms the invisible into the visible. When you are aligned, life cannot deny you. Let us consider an example. Imagine someone seeking to start a business. In their mind, they dream of success, but their words betray them. "I don't know if I'll make it. Times are hard. I'm not ready." And when opportunity arises, they hesitate, afraid to take the step. Their misalignment ensures failure before they begin. But picture another. In their thoughts, they see the business flourishing. In their words, they declare daily, "My enterprise prospers. I attract the right clients. Everything I need flows to me." And when opportunities appear, they take bold steps in faith. Their alignment opens doors, and success flows naturally. This is the power of alignment. It removes struggle. Life was never meant to be a battle against scarcity and failure. Life was meant to flow in rhythm with divine order. When you align yourself, the right people appear at the right time. The right doors open without force. Ideas come as inspiration, not as strain. You are carried by the current rather than dragged by resistance. Some may ask, "But what if I feel doubt?" Doubt is natural, but alignment requires discipline. You do not give doubt the final word. Instead, you speak truth until doubt dissolves. You align your words with the reality you choose, not with the fear you feel. This is not self-deception, it is self-mastery. Doubt is only a shadow, and shadows disappear when light shines. To live in alignment is to live in expectancy. You no longer wonder if things will work. You know they must, because your entire being is united in that knowing. You no longer battle circumstances. You speak, believe, and act in harmony, and circumstances rearrange themselves to fit your vibration. Alignment also creates peace. When you are scattered, thinking one thing, saying another, and doing yet another, you feel anxious, restless, and exhausted. But when all parts of you agree, you feel calm, steady, unshaken. That calmness is itself magnetic. It draws people, opportunities, and resources to you. People trust the one who moves with inner certainty. The world responds to the one who lives in harmony. Now consider the opposite. A person may appear talented, intelligent, and hardworking, yet if they live in misalignment, their results will always fall short. They may think of success but confess failure. They may talk boldly but act timidly. They may act with effort, but undermine themselves with thoughts of defeat. Such a life is like a house divided. It cannot stand. But the aligned life is a fortress. Thoughts, words, and actions build its walls. No storm can tear it down. The prosperity code is not about trying harder, it is about becoming whole within. When the inner world is one, the outer world falls into place. Therefore, guard your thoughts. Choose your words. Direct your actions. Let them march together like three great rivers flowing into one ocean. This is alignment. And when alignment is present, Prosperity is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of law. Stand today in the power of alignment. Declare that your thoughts dwell only on abundance. Speak only words that affirm your success. Take only actions that reflect your faith. In this fold harmony, doors open of their own accord, and you discover that success was never far away. It was waiting for you to align. Words are not casual. They are not mere sounds that fall into the air and disappear. Every word spoken is a seed sown into the soil of the universe, and every seed returns a harvest. If your life feels empty of success, it may not be because opportunity is absent. It may be because your words have sown a barren field. The language of prosperity is the language of faith, expectancy, and abundance. It is not the language of complaint, fear, or lack. You cannot speak failure and live success. You cannot constantly declare poverty and then wonder why wealth avoids you. Words are spiritual tools, and they are builders. Each word you speak lays another brick in the house of your destiny. Consider this truth: when you say, "I can't," you close the door of possibility. When you say, "I don't have enough," you tighten the chains of lack. When you repeat, "I'll never succeed," you command failure to stand guard at your gate. Your words set invisible forces into motion, and those forces obey without hesitation. But the same law that creates defeat can create victory. Change your language, and you change your world. Speak abundance, and you call abundance to you. Speak favor, and doors of favor open. Speak health, and your body begins to align with strength. The universe is always listening, and it responds to the voice you give it. The tragedy is that most people are careless with their speech. They use their words to rehearse fear, to magnify struggle, to spread doubt. In conversation, they say, "Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm always unlucky. Things never work for me." These words may sound harmless, but they are not harmless. They are commands written on the scroll of life, and life obeys. The language of defeat cannot produce the harvest of prosperity. The language of prosperity, however, is simple. It is the language of now. It does not speak in future hope but in present certainty. It does not say, "One day I will be wealthy," but "I live in abundance now." It does not say, "Maybe I'll find success," but "Success finds me daily." Prosperity's language speaks as though the blessing already exists, because in truth, it does. To adopt this language, you must retrain your tongue. You must become aware of the power hidden in your casual words. Each time you are tempted to complain, replace the complaint with a declaration. Instead of, "I can't afford this," say, "Everything I need comes to me in perfect time." Instead of, "This is impossible," say, "All things are possible for me." Your words are not about describing what is. They are about creating what will be. This is not denial of reality. It is the creation of a higher reality. The language of prosperity is not blind. It is bold. It refuses to allow temporary conditions to dictate eternal truth. You may stand in a small room today, but if your words are large, life will enlarge itself to meet them. You may carry an empty wallet now, but if your words declare fullness, soon your wallet must obey. Think of a farmer sowing seed. He does not say, "My field is empty, therefore I have no harvest." He knows that emptiness today means abundance tomorrow if he sows the right seed. So it is with words. You may not yet see the harvest, but if your mouth keeps sowing prosperity, the field of life must produce in due season. Words also shape identity. Every time you speak, you are telling life who you are. If you declare, "I am weak," you instruct life to confirm that weakness. If you declare, "I am strong," You command strength to rise within you. This is why the language of prosperity often begins with, I am. The two words, I am, are like a key that unlocks the vault of destiny. Whatever you attach to, I am, becomes your experience. Say, I am favored, and favor surrounds you. Say, I am prosperous, and prosperity begins to follow you. Say, I am victorious, and life bends to your triumph. Let us imagine two individuals. One constantly says, nothing ever works out for me. I never get ahead. Life is hard. The other says, everything I touch prospers. Doors open for me. Life is on my side. They may both face challenges, but watch how differently life unfolds. The first one's words create more frustration, confirming his belief. The second one's words invite unexpected help, surprising opportunities, and strength to overcome. The difference is not luck, it is language. The language of prosperity also influences those around you. When you speak faith, you inspire others. When you speak abundance, you attract partnerships. People are drawn to the one who carries a prosperous tone. But when you constantly speak lack, people withdraw, opportunities shrink, and even friends may grow wary of your negativity. Your words are magnets. They either pull life toward you or push it away. To master the language of prosperity, practice daily declarations. Begin your mornings by speaking life over your day. This day is filled with favor. I walk in abundance. I meet the right people at the right time. Everything I need flows to me effortlessly. These are not empty words. They are commands written into the fabric of your destiny. Guard also against idle speech. Many think it harmless to joke, I'm broke, or to casually say, I never win. But the subconscious does not understand jokes. It only hears the decree. If you would not want the harvest, do not sow the seed. The language of prosperity must become your habit, your second nature. At first, it may feel unusual. You may feel the temptation to slip back into complaint or fear. But persist. Just as a child learns a new language by repetition, you too will master this language by constant use. Soon it will flow naturally, and with it will flow prosperity itself. So let your tongue become the pen that writes your future. Let your words be seeds of wealth, favor, joy, and victory. Refuse to speak lack even in jest. Refuse to declare defeat, even in the face of obstacles. Speak only what you choose to experience, and you will discover that your words are not powerless. They are the very currency of creation. The language of prosperity is your inheritance. Use it boldly, and watch as life answers with abundance beyond your imagination. Every man and woman walks through life carrying an unseen magnet. That magnet is expectancy. It draws to you the experiences, opportunities, and outcomes that match the vibration of your belief. To expect failure is to invite it. To expect success is to command it. This is the great law of expectancy. Life gives you not what you wish for, but what you truly expect. Many live their lives hoping for good, but secretly expecting disappointment. They may say with their mouths, I want success. But in their hearts they whisper, it probably won't happen for me. Expectancy is stronger than desire. Desire is a wish, expectancy is a command. The universe does not respond to weak wishes, it responds to firm expectations. Think of a farmer sowing seeds in his field. He does not toss the seeds and then wonder, perhaps nothing will grow. No, he expects a harvest, and his expectancy is so strong that he prepares the barn, sharpens the tools, and readies himself for abundance. So it is with life. When you sow words of faith and actions of alignment, you must also clothe them in expectancy. Expectancy is the atmosphere that allows the harvest to grow. The law of expectancy works in every area. In health, If you constantly expect sickness, even small symptoms magnify. But if you expect vitality, your body often rises to meet that belief. In relationships, if you expect betrayal, you see signs of it everywhere, and you often attract people who confirm that expectation. But if you expect loyalty, kindness, and love, you begin to meet those who mirror your expectation. In wealth, if you expect lack, opportunities slip through your hands. But if you expect abundance, you see doors where others see walls. Expectation is a magnet because it shapes your perception. Two people can walk into the same room, one expecting favor, the other expecting rejection. The first will notice smiles, open doors, and opportunities. The second will notice frowns, closed doors, and obstacles. The difference is not the room, it is their expectancy. What you expect determines what you see, and what you see determines what you receive. To live under the law of expectancy is to move through life with confidence, as though good is chasing you at every corner. You wake in the morning expecting favor. You step into meetings expecting success. You look at challenges expecting victory. And because you expect it, you see the path to it. Expectancy sharpens the eyes of faith. Some may ask, but what if I've experienced many disappointments? The answer is, disappointments of the past do not define the law. If a farmer had one poor harvest, does he abandon all farming forever? No, he expects a better harvest next season. So too must you expect good, even if the past was filled with shadows. Expectancy is not built on memory, it is built on faith. The danger of negative expectancy is that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. A person who always says, "Things never work out for me," will find that things indeed seldom work out. Not because the world is against them, but because their magnet repels opportunities. Their words, thoughts, and beliefs form a cloud of defeat that colors every experience. But the beauty of the law is that it can be reversed in an instant. Begin to expect differently, and the magnet changes. Replace, "I'll probably fail," with, "Success follows me wherever I go." Replace, "People always disappoint me," with, "I attract loyal and uplifting relationships." Replace, "Money is hard to come by," with, "Money flows to me with ease." As your expectation shifts, so does your experience. Expectancy must also be consistent. You cannot expect good one moment and disaster the next. Double-minded expectancy produces confusion. Just as a seed needs stable soil, your life needs steady expectancy. If you expect abundance today but doubt it tomorrow, the harvest cannot take root. Hold fast to your expectation, even when circumstances appear contrary. Circumstances are shadows. They must eventually bend to the light of your belief. To strengthen expectancy, act as though what you expect is already on its way. If you expect success, prepare for it. If you expect abundance, make room for it. If you expect opportunity, be ready when the door opens. Expectancy is not passive, it is active. It sharpens the mind, prepares the hands, and readies the heart. Imagine a person expecting to receive a guest. They clean the house, set the table, and watch eagerly at the door. When the guest arrives, they are ready. So it is with success. If you expect it, prepare for it. Your preparation is the proof of your expectancy. Expectancy also creates joy in advance. You need not wait until the blessing arrives to celebrate. You can rejoice now, because you know it is certain. Just as a mother celebrates the child before it is born, you can celebrate the success before it appears. This joy itself is magnetic. It draws the blessing closer. The law of expectancy also frees you from fear. When you expect only good, you no longer tremble at the thought of failure. Fear loses its grip because you are anchored in a higher certainty. You no longer wonder, What if it doesn't work? You boldly declare, of course it will work. How could it not? That confidence is not arrogance. It is faith clothed in expectancy. Now, let us make this practical. Each morning, set the tone of your day with declarations of expectancy. I expect favor in every interaction today. I expect doors of opportunity to open before me. I expect abundance to flow into my life. I expect health, strength, and vitality. I expect joy, peace, and victory. As you declare these truths, hold them not as wishes but as certainties. Walk into each moment looking for their fulfillment. And you will see that life bends to meet your expectation. Remember this, you cannot rise higher than your expectancy. If you expect little, you will receive little. If you expect much, you will receive much. Life honors your expectancy as law. So, expect boldly. Expect joy. Expect wealth. Expect love. Expect success so strongly that you cannot imagine anything less. For expectancy is the magnet that draws the unseen into the seen. And when you live in this law, the world becomes a place where doors open, opportunities multiply, and success becomes your daily companion. The secret door to success is not one that opens only once in a lifetime. It is a door that opens again and again, at every stage of your journey. Each door you pass through leads to another. Each level of faith leads to a higher level of blessing. Success is not a single event. It is an unfolding, a continuous revelation of greater abundance, greater opportunity, and greater purpose. Many believe success is a destination. They imagine a final door, behind which all problems vanish and all dreams are fulfilled. But success is not a destination. It is a journey of doors unfolding one after another. When you walk through one door, another appears. When you conquer one challenge, a greater opportunity arises. Life does not give you one success. It gives you endless success, if you will continue to walk with faith. The unfolding door is a reminder that you are never finished. No matter how far you have come, there is more ahead. The universe is inexhaustible. Its supply is infinite. The moment you think you have reached the peak, a higher peak reveals itself. The moment you think you have seen the best, something greater comes into view. The unfolding door ensures that your life is a continual adventure of growth, expansion, and victory. But here is the key: the door only unfolds for those who are willing to step forward. Many stop at the first door. They receive a taste of success and then sit down, believing the journey is complete. They grow comfortable, complacent, and fearful of moving again. But the unfolding door will not open to those who remain still. It opens to those who continue to believe, to speak, to act, to expect. Each door requires faith. For each new level demands greater trust. The faith that opened yesterday's door is not always enough for today's. Just as a key must turn again and again to unlock new chambers, so must your faith be exercised afresh for each unfolding. Success, then, is not about holding one victory forever. It is about moving from glory to glory, from triumph to triumph, from blessing to blessing. Think of a great palace with endless corridors. You walk into the first room and marvel at its beauty. But then you see another door, leading to a greater chamber. If you stop in the first room, you miss the grandeur of the palace. If you press forward, door after door reveals wonders beyond imagination. Life is that palace, and faith is the key that unlocks each new chamber. The unfolding door also teaches us that setbacks are not endings. Sometimes a door seems to close in your face. You may face rejection, delay, or disappointment. But these are not final. They are simply guiding you to the next unfolding. What looks like a closed door is often a passageway to something greater. If you refuse to stop, if you keep declaring, expecting, and aligning, you will see that every closed door only pushed you toward a better one. This unfolding nature of success also protects you from pride. You never arrive at a place where you can boast, "I have all there is." Life keeps reminding you that more awaits. This keeps your spirit humble, open, and teachable. The unfolding door does not reward arrogance. It rewards faith. And faith is always forward-looking, never content to stay in yesterday's victory. To live in the awareness of the unfolding door is to live with continual expectancy. Each morning, you rise not with the thought that life has given all it can, but with the assurance that today a new door will open. Each evening, you rest not with regret, but with gratitude, knowing that tomorrow another door awaits. This mindset transforms ordinary living into extraordinary adventure. The unfolding door also means that no matter where you are now, you are not stuck. Even if you feel surrounded by walls, even if your circumstances seem limited, there is a door. It may be hidden, but it is there, waiting for the key of your faith. One declaration, one shift of alignment, one bold step of expectancy, and the door begins to reveal itself. Life always has another door. There is always a way forward. Consider those who believed they had reached the end. Many of the world's greatest breakthroughs came after moments of despair. Inventors who failed countless times, only to push once more and discover the answer. Leaders who faced rejection after rejection, only to rise into destiny because they refused to quit. They understood, consciously or unconsciously, that the unfolding door is never exhausted. This truth applies to every area of life. In relationships, the unfolding door means that love can grow deeper, friendships can expand, and harmony can increase. In health, it means that strength can be renewed and energy can rise again. In wealth, it means that new streams of provision can flow, even when old ones dry up. In purpose, it means that your influence can stretch further, touching lives you never imagined. The unfolding door is endless, because your potential is endless. You are not a finished story. You are a living manuscript still being written. Every door you walk through adds another chapter, another testimony of victory. So do not fear change. Do not fear transition. Do not cling so tightly to one door that you miss the next. Celebrate each success, but do not camp there. Speak boldly. Act faithfully, expect greatly, and the next door will appear before you. Remember this: the unfolding door is not about luck, chance, or coincidence. It is about law. Life responds to faith, and faith never runs out of doors. Every time you dare to believe again, the hinges of the next opportunity begin to move. Every time you declare, "Greater things are ahead," the door begins to swing. Today, the door before you is ready. Do not hesitate. Use the invisible key of faith-filled words. Align your thoughts, your speech, and your actions. Expect only good. Step forward with courage, and as you do, watch the unfolding begin. For life was never meant to trap you. It was meant to expand you. Success was never meant to be a single prize. It was meant to be an ever-opening journey. The secret door is not one. It is many. And it will continue to unfold for as long as you are willing to walk. We have traveled through the corridors of the secret door. And at every step we have seen that success is not a mystery to the few. It is a code available to all. The key has always been invisible, yet ever present. Faith expressed through words, alignment between thought, speech, and action, the language of prosperity, the magnet of expectancy, and the continual unfolding of new doors. The message is clear: life is not against you. It has never been against you. The delays, the struggles, the apparent obstacles, These are but shadows meant to point you back to the true source of power within. Every closed door is not a punishment, but an invitation to remember who you are: a creator, a speaker of destiny, a walker of unseen paths. The invisible key reminds us that we are never powerless. At any moment, by shifting our words, we can shift our world. We need not fight circumstances like enemies. We need only turn the key of faith and watch doors swing wide. You carry that key every time you open your mouth. Use it with intention. The power of alignment teaches us that prosperity is not found in scattered effort but in harmony. When your thoughts dream abundance, your words declare abundance, and your actions mirror abundance, life has no choice but to deliver abundance. Success is not forced, it is attracted to wholeness. The language of prosperity has shown us that our words are not idle. They are seeds, and they are builders. Every sentence spoken is a decree shaping the structure of tomorrow. Speak lack and you reap lack. Speak wealth, favor, and victory, and you harvest the same. Guard your words, for they are your tools of creation. The law of expectancy reminds us that desire alone is not enough. What you truly expect is what you receive. Expectancy is the magnet that pulls the unseen into the seen. If you expect good, good rushes to meet you. If you expect failure, failure greets you at the door. Train your heart to expect abundance, favor, health, joy, and victory, and these will become your companions. And the unfolding door assures us that success is not a single event, but a lifelong journey. Each door leads to another. Each triumph prepares you for greater triumphs. Even when doors close, they are not endings but redirections to something higher. There is no final limit, no ultimate ceiling, only ever unfolding doors of greater possibility. So what remains? It is simple to walk forward boldly, using the invisible key. Aligning your inner and outer world, speaking the language of prosperity, living in expectancy, and trusting the unfolding journey. This is the prosperity code. This is the secret door to success. Do not wait for tomorrow. Begin today. Guard your thoughts. Direct your words. Align your steps. Expect abundance. And when you see the next door before you, do not hesitate. Turn the key and walk through. For beyond that door, and the one after it, and the one after that, lies the life you were always meant to live. Abundant, victorious, and without limit.